Hey guys, what's up? Tyler here. So this isn't the first take I've done on this video. I've actually done maybe like 70. I know. I said I would do it on the first take, but if they hit closer to home, like, it's gonna be really hard for me to do. And this one kind of did, because I did share like a lot of my past, and then I decided that I didn't want to share as much and stuff like that. And but with this video, I do kind of have to share my past. So I'm not gonna share a lot because I don't like talking about my past. It's not something I enjoy talking about. And if I can, I will avoid it. But if it's brought up, I will talk about it. And the video that I want to talk about is someone being disappointed in you. And I get that look actually a lot. Like, more than I probably should be getting it. But I get it a lot. And so, with that being said, like, this past week, like, it's something that's been bugging me, and I did want to share, but there's also, like, my friend. I was talking to her one day, and, like, she seemed upset, so I asked her what was wrong, and she told me that her father told her that he was disappointed in her. And then, you know, I asked her for what, and she said that she honestly doesn't know. And it was at that moment that I realized, like, when people get disappointed in you, do they legitimately have, like, a good reason to be disappointed in you? Because no one is ever perfect. Like, nobody can be perfect, and nobody's gonna be able to live the life like they want somebody else to live. Like, yes, I'm a disappointment to probably all of my family, and you all can suck it up, Buttercup. Like, I'm trying my best. And if my family's watching this, like, I love you all, I do, but your looks of disappointment every now and again, like, they don't really help me. And I don't think they would help anyone. But, honestly, I think it actually just adds more to, like, if somebody has depression and you look disappointed in them and their anxiety, like, it just adds more to them, like, it sucks. It's a crappy feeling, it really is. And I get that look a lot, and I feel like I actually got it a couple days ago from somebody I actually respect, admire, and really like. And when they looked at me like they were disappointed, like, I felt sick. Like, I felt like I was the most worthless person at that moment in time. And I didn't like that feeling. And then to top it all off, I had like one of the worst days ever. And I did not like that either. So I was done with the day, and I wanted to just go to New Zealand and hide in a hobbit hole. Like, I was so done. And with like my friend too, like, we're all just trying to do our best, and I think people need to see that too. Like, just the people around you, don't necessarily look at them as if they're disappointed, but try to like help them, and help them at least see where you're coming from. Don't look at them like they're nothing. Like, it sucks when that happens. And when it happens for me, like, I always deflect it inwards. I don't deflect it outwards. So I always think about, like, why are they doing this? Like, what could I possibly have done better? And, like, what do I need to do to make them happy again? And, like, stuff like that. And I realized that I don't necessarily have to be doing that, because it's not their life that I'm living. It's my life. And I'm not perfect. And I will never be perfect. And that is the thing that I think we all need to try to remember, is even if we're a disappointment to our friends and our family, like, you're trying, and you're trying the best that you can, and that's all you can do. You're not going to be able to do anything more than that. And that's the thing that a lot of people do forget, because in the time, like, we're just so focused on trying to make other people happy, like, we don't necessarily stop to think, like, what could make us happy. And the other people don't stop to think that either. They just think that you disappointed them, and, like, stuff like that. And it just, I don't know, it just adds, especially to the people who have anxiety and depression already, because I have it. And when that person looked at me as if I was, like, as if they were disappointed in me, like, it made me feel sick for, like, the rest of the day. And to top it all off, like, I was having a terrible day as it is, and I just wanted to go run away. Like, I wanted to just leave right there and then, but I couldn't. And I've realized that that happens to a lot of people, and it happens a lot. It's a lot worse of a feeling too when a parent does it, because your parents, like, even though yes, like as a teenager you may grow up to hate them because they're like they want the best for you in your life, but that's the thing, is they want what they want out of your life, but they don't want you to be able to like live the life to your fullest. And that's the thing that kind of annoys me is sometimes is parents don't see like what influence they actually do have on their children. Like, you have such an impact on your child's life, and you kind of take it for granted, especially if you look at them as or tell them they're a disappointment. Like, you don't think they're already thinking that? Like,
probably not.
We are worse to ourselves than you could ever be to us, but you don't need to say it. And that's the thing that kind of bugs me too, is there's plenty of times where like we feel like we screwed up and we know we screwed up, but if you look at us as if we're disappointed, like, it's not gonna make the situation any better for us, and it'll honestly actually kind of suck for us. But to the people that happens to a lot, like, you're not a disappointment. Yeah, granted, my saying you're not doesn't necessarily carry a whole lot to it, but from somebody who's been there and somebody who's like felt it and seen it almost on a daily basis, like, you're not. You could be so much worse off. You could be like addicted to porn and in jail and tons of other stuff. Like, that's what they don't see. They just see that you're one screw up. And it's my brother-in-law came over yesterday and he applied something to, like, because he's a realtor and he sells houses, but he applied something that I think can be applied to everyone. Like, if someone just sees something bad, they will just constantly look for something that's bad, no matter how perfect it is. And that's the thing with us too, is like, if somebody sees something bad in you, they'll just keep nitpicking at you until they find everything wrong with you. And you're never going to be perfect to somebody. Like, nobody will ever think another human being is perfect. And that's the thing that annoys me too, is like, you don't have to be perfect. Just try your hardest. And if they look at you as if you are nothing, like, ignore them. Like, find the people who look at you as if, like, you're like the world to them, because they're the ones that are going to actually be real with you and tell you the truth, and they're not going to be the ones that are like, you failed me and you failed everyone around you and terrible things are going to happen now. Like, that's not what happens, and it's not how it works. But you're not a disappointment. There's tons of stuff you probably accomplished, and they aren't going to choose to look at that. They're going to choose to look at what you failed at, and that's one of the things that kind of bugs me too, is like, if you do look at people and you're disappointed in, like, in them a lot, and you're watching this, like, look for a positive too then, because then you're not just like, okay, well, yeah, this person hates me, so now I have to hate myself. Like, because that's what we'll do. Like, a lot of us will do. We'll just turn it inwards to ourselves and think of how much we suck. I think I'm going to leave it at this point, actually. So, yep. Have a good day.